And welcome back to the program. There are new rules for travelers this year, and you do not want to get tripped up or turned away at the airport because you didn't know how to deal with these rules. So our next guest does know how to deal with them and has a lot of tips for you. Joining me now is Ben Komenkul, a luxury travel expert and founder of Ben's Big Deal. And he turns points into perks. Ben, thanks very much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You know, I have to do a little humble brag, if I may. I've used your tips to find a flight to London for 6,000 points in what they call transferable currency. You're going to tell us about that. 6,000 points, thanks to you. I can't even fly from DC to Los Angeles for less than 20. You got me to London. How can we use points to get those perks?
I think this is a great question. Most people misunderstand having points. They originally may they be earning points via cashback card. So the first thing to take a look at is other alternative forms of currency like a travel rewards points. Travel rewards points allow you to be able to take those points instead of redeeming for cash, allows you to transfer it to your favorite airline.
Now, is redeeming for cash a good deal or a bad deal?
You know, my take on it is if you're looking at only booking every economy, which is totally fine, domestically that may work, but imagine you're flying a long haul flight to Singapore or to London. You may want to have that extra legroom. You may even want to sleep on the plane. And in that case, you're going to need business class. And in cashback, is going to cost you a lot of points. You can probably pay half the number of points if you had a travel rewards program.
In other words, you're saying it's a better deal to use the points for business class, long-haul travel, other than just cashing them in for, what, 1 cent per point or...
That's exactly right. If you're cashing in as a cashback card, you're only getting 1 cent per point, but you can get 3 times that of value if you redeem them for business class or first class.
3 times the value?
Yes.
Wow, okay. You also talk about the art of travel. I love that phrase, the art of travel. It's not a chore, it's not a hassle, it's the art of doing it well. And the need to be flexible when things go wrong.
Yes.
What does that mean? All of us have these plans, we pre-book. You're saying be flexible.
You know, the first thing is this. A lot of people book their tickets through a third-party website, like an Expedia, for example, and many times that becomes a middleman between you and the airline. So when things go wrong, like a delayed flight, a canceled flight, I'm sure we've all experienced that at some point. When we experience that, what we find is that there's long lines. Next thing you know, you're sleeping on the airport floor of the terminal for the next day because there's no flights for you. Instead, if you had the right credit card, you could be able to book your hotel right away. If you decided to, and here's a tip.
Wait. You're saying if you have the right credit card, because the credit card will have some sort of travel insurance built into it. These are credit cards that may have an annual fee, but then you don't have to wait in line or call. You can just submit the receipts for reimbursement later.
That is correct. You could be able to have travel benefits like trip delay. So if you have to overnight at an airport, next thing you know, they're paying up to $500 per passenger. So if you have a family of 4, that's over $2,000 that you could be able to work with for one night delay.
So in other words, it's not just let me sign up for my favorite brand's credit card. Let me be strategic in what credit card is going to give me the most value for travel.
Yes, I always advise my clients to book the right credit card for their lifestyle, because maybe you like to fly a little bit more luxurious in business class, and someone says, no, I just want to get as many flights as possible. You may need a different card for that.
Honestly, that's me. Like, I know it's super luxurious in business, but I just want to milk as many flights as I can out of those points. You said you have clients. What kind of clients in the travel space?
Yes, I have different clients. We either have folks that we teach them how to be able to do what I do from beginning to end through a course, or they could be able to have me help them book and find their next flight for themselves. And we are like a booking agency, but imagine with points rather than cash.
You're like a travel concierge. You've got a mastermind. You've got your online course. And anybody who follows you, Ben, on Instagram, as I do, I think I'm one of 35,000 or more, you're going live all the time with these free travel tips. I don't know where you find the time to do it.
I do. You know, I've ingrained myself in the community for many, many years. It's been close to 10 years now that I've been doing this. I've spent about 3 million miles a year just on mine personally.
3 million a year?
Yes.
Can I carry your baggage?
You can, absolutely. We'd love to do a trip together. And these are things that everyone can be able to do. You may not need to start at 3 million, but you can start at 2, 3, 400,000 points a year and earn that. And then you could be able to have your 2 or 3 big vacations a year all paid for using points.
So Ben, you have a doctorate in travel. I'm probably just at like the bachelor's level, but I was super proud of myself because you're always talking about, 3x, 4x, 5x, 6x bonuses, whatever. And so there's a card that gives you 5x on office supply purchases, I never knew they sold gift cards. Like these prepaid cards. I'm like getting 5X, and then I'm using them at regular grocery stores and banking the points.
You're a great student, Mark. So here's
Thanks to you, Professor.
Here's what you can be able to do. You can be able to get a card that earns 5X. One of them says you can own at the office supply store and anything in the office supply store, including a Visa gift card, a Home Depot gift card, and you now have, in essence, got one credit card for all your expenses by using that method.
You are going to change the travel habits of everybody watching right now. How can they find you?
You can be able to find me on bensbigdeal.com or on Instagram and other social media platforms.
Professor Ben's Big Deal, thank you so much for being here on the program.
Thank you for having me.
So many tips, I can't wait to use them all. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And we'll be right back.